So in the previous tutorial, we set up our inventory chest so that it was basically single select, just like our regular inventory container. So now we want to work on this delete button here, and then these two inventories will be on even ground. Evil ground, yes. So let's take a look at our inventory delete external event. Pretty straightforward stuff, actually. The question is, again, do we want to just add on to this one, or do we want to create a whole new external event? I'm going to create a new external event, actually, for this one here. And we're going to call it, let's rename, we're going to call it chest inventory delete. Okay, let's go through our usual process. Let's create our association, add an empty event here, and let's make our link before I forget. So let's see, chest inventory delete. Okay, and we're going to put this one up in the chest inventory area here. And we can basically copy this code from inventory delete and paste it into our chest inventory delete and just delete that last one there. All right. So we've got iManager delete item. I believe we already have an iManager chest delete item. We do. Equals 1. And I believe we can change this here to, oh, let me actually double check that. Let's go to Project Manager, Global Variables, and iManager. Actually, no, let's go to our Inventory Manager. Let's close out our regular inventory layer and let's open up our chest inventory one. And all right, so we set our chest current choice. Good, that's what I was looking for here. And so now all we actually have to do is change this to chest inventory dot one, because remember we're dealing with just page. We're dealing with just page 1 for right now. Let's see, do we want to do that? All right, let's plan ahead as if we are going to have multiple pages here. All right, so let's add a sub event. Let's move it up here, and let's say that our variable we're checking for here is current page. Now I'm trying to remember, where did I put that? It's iManager. Okay, good. Current page equals 1. Then what we'll do is we'll move this underneath here. And now we can change this to chest inventory dot 1, right? And then this stays the same, our expression stays the same here. And we just need to change this to chest current choice. And I believe then we can just copy and paste this in, but change the ending, of course. All right, so this would be for page 1, right? Obviously we would have another one here for page 2, and so on and so forth. And then we need to change this to chest inventory check, and make sure we shut down this bit of code by changing chest delete item to 0, so it won't run or won't continually run. All right, now we can go to our inventory manager code, and at the bottom here we deal with our buttons, I believe. And all we need to say is button was released. Did we already do this? Wow, look at that. We already did it. Let's see if that works. That might be the easiest we've ever done. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, it was too good to be true. I think we just need to add a chest inventory check. I knew it was too good to be true. So close. Let's see how we did it here. So we've got an inventory check there. Okay, and then let's take a look at our chest inventory check code. This, I believe, we actually know works. We know it zeroes out. Let's see. So it zeroes this out correctly, actually, because it changes the item name to 0. But it doesn't update the correct object to empty. Oh, that's because this is not changed. Look at that. Okay. How did I miss this? Okay, so for the pick the item that's nearest, we need to change this to global variable menus dot chest container dot posx as a starting position. This can actually stay the same down here, the offset. And now let's just copy and paste. Down here we'll paste and change this to Y. Oh, that's wrong. Hold on. Glad I caught that one. POSX. Now let me copy this. Okay. Now let's paste this in and change this to Y. Hit OK. And let's go in for the rest of these. Again, let's make sure, yep, we're in the chest inventory. Good. Layers right. Okay. That stays the same. That's fine. Okay, down here as well. I think this is pretty much the only thing that we have to change here to get that bit of code working properly. All right. Okay. Let's see how we did. All right. Let's hit the D key again to reload it. Nope, it's gone. All right. So both are now deleting. So these two are basically on the same length here, the same wavelength. The next thing we want to do is we want to start working on our move or inventory swap. So since this was a fairly straightforward tutorial here, I'm going to add one more element, and I'm going to say, let's go ahead and let's add our move buttons to both. Okay, and then we can start coding in the next tutorial. So let's go to our basic Kingdom Room layout screen. And let's add two new objects, and that's btn move and basically I just took the other buttons and made them yellow and blue. Pretty straightforward stuff. Yep, that's fine. Hit apply. And let's add our inventory chest one, which is btn c move. Yep, that's fine. Let's make both of these global. And let's hit up our global variables and get those out of the way as well. So just like we made button child variables for these, for the delete button, we want to make ones for this as well. So let's add one to the chest container, a child variable, and call that one btnc move. And we need two child variables under that. Here it went down here. Okay, and that's POSX and POSY. And under our inventory container, we need another child variable as well. And this one will be btn move. Where'd that go? Down here. And that needs two as well. All right. So pretty straightforward actually in terms of hard coding their positioning. Remember, we're coding in the offset value here of them. The starting position is basically going to be their inventory or chest inventory container positions. So our button delete is at 472 right here, 472. The question is, how much space do we want in between? Right? This is 64. Now, if we say, 64 looks great, or 32 looks great, we have to keep into consideration that the X position of that button, where is it again? 75. This is 75 right here. So if you want the next button to be around here, you have to take 75 plus the width of this object, which is 64, and then the offset here, so that the space here. So for example, we could say, let's bring up the old calculator just to make things visual and easy. We can say 75, right, which is our starting point here, plus 64 equals 139. 139 will take us right here. We can add another 32 if we want. And that gives us 171. So we can set our starting point at 171. Whoops. And we keep the Y position the same as where the other button is, so 472. So we've got 171 and 472 for both. Button C move, 171, 472, and let's hit apply. All right. Let's go to our inventory creation. Inventory creation, there we go. And let's add these buttons to each one. So we can just copy and paste this. Copy, paste, copy and paste, and just say we want this to be button C move, and we want to use the button btnc move POSX and the btnc move POSY here. Inventory, that layer stays the same. And we just need to change this to btnc move. All right. Now we go down here. We go down here, and we basically do the same thing. Paste, but we change this to btn move. Nope, we want btn move here, right? btn move, inventory layer stays the same, good. And then btn move. All right, I think that takes care of it. There they are. Okay, we'll start dealing with the functionality of these buttons next time.